Hello, 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 my darlings. Thank you for joining me on A Slice of Life, A Slice of Life. If you're watching me, you know why you're watching me. Because what do, baby? We super age. We're getting older without getting old. And today might not be your show. Might not be your show today because today I'm going to talk about Georgianne. A day in the life of Georgianne and how things came to me today. So I started out going to the doctor. I've been telling you all I haven't been feeling well. I haven't been feeling well. I haven't been feeling well. Yada, yada, yada. Haven't been feeling well. But I keep going, because that's just what I'm all about. But today I went to the doctor and I found out that, you know what? Everything is all right. What I was feeling is that I couldn't find a doctor. And what I was feeling was anxiety. And so I said, what? All this, everything is fine, everything is fine. Yes, Georgianne, everything is fine. But what's going on up here? And I'm constantly telling you about this controls this, but I cannot find my oncologist. You heard me say that. I didn't know how it was coming over me. Dr. Doug Collins was somebody, he's a Sigma. Go to the Sigmas and ask them, do they know where Dr. Doug Collins may be? Does anybody know where the oncologist, Dr. Doug Collins may be? I don't know. But I was just feeling something. I didn't know how I had internalized that. And I'm using myself. So when I talk to you all, I talk about Georgianne. So I can help you. You don't know you're internalizing things. You don't know you're internalizing them until something happens. And I have internalized the fact that I'm out here 3 times cancer person, no oncologist nowhere. I don't want to go to anybody else but him. And I've just been floating around in the world trying to say, I don't want to see anybody but him. Could somebody just find him for me? Why is that? Because breast cancer 1, he was my oncologist. Emergency colon cancer 2, he was my oncologist. Presently, my oncologist. And he went poof. So my concern is like, is he all right? But I didn't know that I was taking all this in. And that is why it is so important that we remember what goes in here. It really impacts not only, it can impact you and your health. And my health was being impacted by the fact that I had so much anxiety because I was thinking, I know I got to tell you this. Let me just put a pin in that. So my friend Wayne McMillan, my good friend, said, you old enough to hear the chariots. I never heard anybody say that. Oh my God. I said, Wayne, what did you say? You may not can see the chariots, or you may not can hear them, but you're old enough to know they're coming. Because once you hit 80, you ought to know something's coming. I'm thinking, wow, that was so cold-blooded. But anyway, I digress. I just was feeling kind of badly about this whole thing. But now I feel better about it all. And I got 2 or 3 reasons why. One, it was identified that was, and I was having anxiety attacks and depression because I didn't know where to find my oncologist. I internalized that, just think that maybe I was on the way to death. Who knows when death is coming, but I had myself, and I talked to you all about not getting in the coffin. I was talking to you about not getting in the coffin and trying to get in it myself. You see, I was talking to you all, I tell on myself, you see. And so I was like, oh my God, I was getting in the coffin. Because who could keep me out of the coffin but Dr. Doug Collins? Because he knew everything. But when I went to the doctor, she's like, it's all here. It's all, I got this new thing now. You all may know about it. Okay. Wait. You know when you leave the doctor's office, this is the best thing that could happen. They give you a manuscript when you leave the doctor's office, all these pages. The reason why I love these manuscripts, if you leave your doctor's office with no manuscript, you just need to get you another doctor. You know why? Because it tells you what you said and what was said while you were in the doctor's office. When you get 45, 55, 65, 75, you need a manuscript. This was the best thing that happened to me. This is part of what I think is important about super aging, getting old without getting old, because you got you a doctor that keeps up with everything, and you got you a paper to bring home just in case you might need a little memory of what had happened was. I love this. So it's anxiety. All right. Two, I got a number of things I need to do, but not a whole lot of them. And I was like, wow, Georgianne, come on, Georgianne, come on, Georgianne. It's not all that bad. You're going to get a new oncologist. They're going to send me back. We're going to find me somebody else. I'm going to go back to Winship, Emory's Winship Cancer Treatment Center. And that's where I was with those, the infusion. We're not doing infusion. But we're going to go back there. We're going to start there and start all over again. So I just feel better. And then she said, look, not only can I give you this paper, but I can see everything that happened with you and Dr. Doug Collins. I love the fact that all the hospitals are connected now. And they have this one computer that you can dive in here and get you something from Piedmont, dive in here and get you something from Grady, dive in here and get you something from Emory. They need to have that. I was so happy that she could give me my last results because Dr. Doug Collins disappeared when it was time for me to know my last results. Now, you said, Georgianne, this is TMI. No, there's somebody out there like me. There's somebody out there that's and got some anxiety going on. There's somebody out there I need to let you know it's okay. Go clear it up. Go find out. Just bite the bullet and go. I had to make myself. It actually was Dr. Annie's Cheney Jones who said, girl, when you going to the doctor? And I said, I think I'm just going to go. And I went today, and I'm just so happy to have done that because it was just a relief. Sometimes all this takes over. See, how many times you heard me say this? This controls all of this, right? And so I let some of that make all of this not work properly because I went into some kind of anxiety, some kind of depression about not having the doctor I wanted. But there's one doctor. Come on, church folk. Come on, my church people. Who's the one doctor? There's the God. All right? And Jesus, by his stripes, we are healed. You see? And I had just gotten off of my plan because I just wanted Dr. Collins. I'm okay now. I feel better about that. I wanted to share my experience with you because I had another great experience today. So we left the doctor. I said, Evelyn, what are we going to do? Because, poor Evelyn, only children, bless them. They get trapped with their crazy mamas. Okay, so we went to Whole Foods. Look at y'all know the list. You know the Whole Foods. Went for one thing. Okay, all right. Anyway, in the Whole Food line, I said, see, now keep this in mind. God, there's nothing like his plan. There's nothing like God's plan. Nothing. So we walk around Whole Foods, but my neuropathy is bad. So let me stop and talk about my neuropathy, the other anxiety. And, you can have your feet cut off. If it doesn't get better, if your feet get real dark, it's a whole lot of things happen maybe before you lose your feet. But in my mind, I've been thinking about, being in a wheelchair for the rest of my life or trying to figure out what kind of, what would I need to be able to walk again? How would that work? Whether my family I have to depend on my family. I'm so independent, the idea of having to depend on somebody, it's just doesn't work for me. I've been Georgianne, raised a child. It was by myself, with the help of friends, family, and the Lord. But, basically that kind of woman, that kind of divorced woman. And so I said, so these feet right here, just you hear me say when I sit in the chair sometimes, it's painful. Those of you who had neuropathy, or you know somebody with neuropathy, painful. And so I said, okay, we don't know what we're going to do about the neuropathy. It comes with the territory, the infusion chemotherapy. The chemotherapy, that's a byproduct. And I didn't know what to do. So all that's been going on in my head also. So, okay, now you got that part. So you got anxiety, you got Dr. Collins, you got the neuropathy. Now we got Whole Foods. We'll go to Whole Foods. Of course, I did not get, where's Coco and Chan, Johnson, Dunston? They have, I like the oranges that you slice. I forgot. I went in there and got this juice that I like. So I got the juice and everything I like. And then they put the food. They had just brought the food out. Have you ever gone to the one on Ponce de Leon? That's the best one to me because that's the only one I really know. And the food is so hot. And when you put the hot bar out, Oh, I just went crazy. Just got this. I was just in that, let me have it. One of the reasons why we want to get out today, because tomorrow across America, a lot of us are not shopping. So we went out today. So I'm in line. Now, mind you, this is a 12:40 appointment at the doctor. And then we are now fumbling around. And now it's like, baby's out of school. We fumbling around. Okay, I say it's about 3 o'clock. We fumbling around, 4 o'clock. So we get in line, and I said, well, Alan, I'm going to go ahead and get in line. But because my feet start hurting really badly. I said, I'm going to go ahead and get in line. So not a whole lot of people in a different line, but I get in this line. I see somebody in line. I was like, I get this guy right here. So I put my things up. I hear somebody say, Queen, I love your jewelry. Now I heard that, and I'm like, I heard Queen, but it didn't go anything. It didn't do anything. And I heard jewelry, and so I still didn't do anything. And my spirit said, no. Stop and turn around and see who said something to you. So I stopped putting my groceries down to follow my spirit, and I turned around to the person. And I said, oh, thank you. You talking? Are you talking to me? He said, yes. And I like this jewelry. It just had this thing. I was like, oh, okay. Well, thank you. And he recognized the work of the jewelers. And so, and then I proceeded to put my things up there. And then Evelyn came, and that person went on somewhere. And then I proceeded to talk with the gentleman about what I wanted my bag packed separately, because I'm gonna sit in the car and eat this food. I got a whole thing going on up there. And then my feet are hurting, people. The pain is coming. I'm thinking, come on, Georgianne, come on. You got it. But you need to go sit down. So I said, look, Evelyn, you take care of everything. And here's what you need. And I'm gonna go sit down. But when I sat down, this same person, I kind of remember he came back in the store. I said, he must have forgot something. And he saw me sitting down, and he came back with a bag. Oh my God, people. For neuropathy. He didn't know anything about me. I didn't know anything about him. He went out to his car. He was on his way somewhere else. I'm sure with this for somebody else. Just one. A shot every morning. You said, Georgianne, what does that mean? It meant a lot to me. I didn't know him. What meant a lot to me was I started out this morning for a 12:40 appointment at the doctor's office. And I end up in a line with a person that God said to him to go to your car and get this for this woman. You don't know her and she doesn't know you, but get it for her and give it to her. And I said, let me buy it. And he said, no, I can't do that. I can't do that. I'm about to cry about this because let me tell you something. My neuropathy has been so bad. Let me tell you the other part about this man. he is friends with the person that he's friends with the godmother of his friend's children. So the godmother of his friend, I'm friends with the godmother. And the friend has sent me a video about my music. And this man was in line who said, "Queen, I love your jewelry." Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Have you ever just showed up somewhere and somebody had something for you and you needed that one thing? See, I'm trying to get you to understand what I call, when I tell you you got a purpose, when I say you have a purpose, you need to understand what I mean by that. I did not understand it myself, but God has a purpose. Every one of your steps are ordered. For me to come from one side of town to go all the way in Atlanta, you in Atlanta, I live in Southwest Atlanta. All right? I live in the SWATs. If you're in Atlanta, my doctor is in the SWATs. But I went over to the east side, to the Ponce de Leon, to the Whole Foods over there on the highway, taking our time. We don't know nothing about meeting anybody. I'm just going to make it through the day. I'm glad to know that we're going to just work on getting me another oncologist. I'm glad to know that everything appears all right. We just got to get an oncologist to get to, we'll get to the we got to get to that. We have to get to it today. We're just going to get to it. You see, I need you to understand what it means to be in a line. And you don't, see, I have a tendency to not talk to people, when they say, "Hey, Queen," all that. I'd be like, "Okay, well, thank you, back." But my spirit said, no. You need to stop and turn around and look at that person and say something back to them. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Okay. Now, before I get to that person, I get home and this is in my mailbox. Isn't that beautiful? You heard me talk about Lawrence Blinky Walden. If you go to my site called, I have so many sites. God has blessed me so I'm amazed at myself sometimes. I'm so grateful for the blessing. But I have a site called museumatlanta.org. And 2 artists are on there now. I've been waiting for a third artist, Dr. Howard Grant. I'm waiting for him. You all know Dr. Howard Grant? I'm waiting for his art. But right now I have Lawrence Blinky Walden and Beverly Fontaine. Fantastic artists. Fantastic. I have their art all over the house. You can't walk in here. If you think this will get on your nerve, you ought to see what's this way. Just people's stuff. And then I raised the artists. My daughter, I want to clean out the garage and paint the walls white just to put on a show for my daughter's work. She was with cystography. She was with cystography, but you don't drop out of there. You always remember cystography. Ask Sue Ross. You don't have to show up, but Sue Ross keep you on the road. You see, Sheila Turner was it that had Alvin, but anyway, Alvin's art is just fantastic. She does photography work. Beverly Fontaine does oil and water, and Lawrence Blinky Walden does oil, water, cartoons, and what is this? He takes pieces of silverware and makes masks out of it. Have you seen it? Go to my site, museumatlanta.org. I'm gonna put all that in it. But this piece right here, I saw on Facebook. I said, I gotta have that. I got to have that. Isn't that beautiful? Look at the intricacy of it. And so I wanted to show it today. Thank you, Lawrence Blinky Walden. You're so talented, and there's so much talent out here. I love the talent, anyway, this right here is the card the gentleman gave me. I'm going to show you who he is in a minute. Some of you all may know him. I didn't know him. But I'm grateful that God placed it on this person's heart, this man's heart, to say, I don't know her like that, but I do know something in his spirit. I did something to his spirit to make him go to his car and come back with a Whole Foods bag just full of things that I can do to help me get to the next level so that I too can super age. I too I'm getting older but not getting old. I too can stay on the journey that I'm talking about with you. I'm on 900 videos. Who would have thought that I would have 900 videos to talk about this? I'm so grateful. So I'm grateful to you, Lawrence Blinky Walden out of Chicago. He's in Jacksonville, Florida now. I've been knowing him a long time. This person, can you see? So you all may already know him. I don't know him. I just know, I don't know her, but I know her children's godmother. And I wear her jewelry. You know, you see me a lot in Karen Roach jewelry. And Karen Roach is the godmother to Angela Bassett's children. And look at this. This man did the jewelry for Wakanda Forever. Who would meet them in the Whole Foods if God did not want it to be that way? These people are out at Black Wall Street. I want to get out there, but it's too far for me to drive by myself. I'll get there. I'll get there because all that I'm doing now is going to give me more energy by the time I take a shot of that every day. And he said that my feet are going to feel better. I'm going to feel better. And I know it. I know it. I feel it in my heart. My doctor told me I got to get the teeth. So I'm going to get some teeth up here. I got to get the teeth, you know. And so, you know, this show today, it's not my normal show. But I hope something I said about me is going to help you on the other side. Because I'm not the only one that has anxiety attacks or feelings of depression or in pain and just don't know what to do about it sometimes. I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one that thinks about the chariots and nearby. Some of us are at the numbers where you know the chariot. Wayne McMillan said we can't hear the chariot, we can't see the chariot, but we know the chariot is nearby. But this is what my doctor said today. This gave me my extra strength. Made me say, come on, chariots. Y'all still got a long ways to go. You better get you a GPS. Because she said old to her was 100 plus. If that's the case, I still got some time. Just like I tell you all, I retired at 52. So I've been retired 30 years. You see, you're going to retire at 62. You got the same number of years. You who retired at 45 and all these numbers, you have time to do like me and have life, have it more abundantly, to do this instead of doing that, or take some of that and put it together and make it into a business. Now let me tell you what I heard today. Oh, I felt so good about this. I felt good about this. I heard somebody say it. I said, Evelyn, I've been saying that. If you got fired from a job, you got laid off from a job, you got kicked out of a job, a government job, and it's something that we need, the American public needs. We don't know we need it, but you know we need it. Then make it a business. And make it a business and let us know that we need it. And let us know that it's missing. But this is the time. See, you all are looking at this wrong. I told you in the beginning. You're looking at this wrong. This is the time to be in business. This is the time to have a business. This is the time for us to come together, join together, and be something together and help one another. This is not the time to be splitted this way and split it this way. And I don't like you because I don't like your hair. I don't like you because you got so many of this. I don't like all that stupid stuff. Black folks, stop being stupid. Stop it. This is the time to come together. We marched. You see this mark on my arm? I'm going to start talking about this burn. I took this burn for you. I took this burn for you. I stood there and let a white man burn me with a cigarette so that you can be, all of us, can be free. And this is how we're going to do now in 2025? We're going to act like we don't like each other. We don't know each other. We're not going to help each other. Really? Not on my watch. And so, we're going to super age. We're going to get older without getting old. We're going to get out here. We're going to do some work. We're going to help one another. And baby, you know why? Thank you, Blinky. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, God, for teaching me to hear your voice and to pay attention and know that I am God. And what else you know about me? That I love you. You know I love you. And you can't do anything about it.